Hey guys, what's going on? It's RJ the Fed. I've got a lot of samples in front of me. I'm gonna have to pour all these up. We did get some prep work done before we went live. Hopefully, you guys can hear me loud and clear. If you can't, let me know and we'll try to work on that. I've got a bourbon tasting sheet, but we're gonna use the back of it instead. Got a couple guys in chat too. We got Mr. Noah. We got Matt from Whiskey Wisdom. We got Tor up live from the patio and Brett in the house. I'm gonna pour up all these. That way, you'll quit hearing on the little clinging of the glass inside the glens. I've got all 10 recipes. All of them are single barrels. All of them are at cash strength. While I pour those up, I'll put the details on screen. I actually wrote on all of the Glencairns with a glass marker, so I have the information directly on the glass, so we won't get this mixed up for myself. I will be ranking these, but obviously this is not meant to be a blind because I have not had all 10 recipes, and nor have I found one that I've enjoyed yet. So this will be my tasting, my review to see if I like any of these and which ones I rank higher than others. Ready to pee at first? No. It says ready to race. So now I can't really necessarily say courtesy of as far as free samples. I did pay for these samples, but Cask and Point runs a YouTube channel as well. And we did buy 10 1 ounce pours, 1 ounce of each recipe. And what is special about all these being not only single barrels and at cash strength, they are all, and when I mean all, they are all tier sixes. And they're all pretty high proof. I think the lowest proof is like 120 point something. Cast 529, what's going on? You only had the regular Four Roses and the small batch select. I've had the regular Four Roses, the small batch, and the small batch select. I've tried a couple single barrels as well, and I've tried, I think, 3 single barrel barrel strengths. So trying all 10 tonight, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough, but we're going to do all 10 recipes in one take, doing them live, first impressions. So we're just getting these prepped, pouring up all 10. I said I was going to put them up on screen and I didn't. Let me go back and do that. Let's split it like this, maybe. I think I can do this. I can keep myself in the bottom corner there. So there you guys go. That's the exact specs of what I'm pouring up right now. So I have that all that text and information actually written on the Glencairns with a glass marker, so we won't mix them up. It was $100, so $10 per 1 ounce. Little pricey, I get that, but they're highly coveted bottles. These were all tier sixes, and they were all relatively higher proofs than most. They were all 121 proof, I think. 121.4, I think is the lowest one I'm looking at right now, or greater. So pretty cool. Age statements are up there too, so hopefully you guys can read that. RJ needs a Kahoot shirt since he loves it so much. No, I do not. Dollar bills in the chat. We got Jeff Castle giving out cheers to everybody. We're going to continue pouring these up. As far as age statement goes, I think this OESV, which is the one I'm currently pouring up, is the youngest one at 8-year, 10-month, I think. I think that's the youthful one. And then we got a couple that are on the table that are like 11-year plus. Shoot out of the way for a second. We got a little bit different camera setup too, so hopefully the camera setup will work for you guys. I wanted to be able to show you guys the table that we're working with all 10 pours, all 10 Glencairns. I do want to show off 2 specific Glencairns as well. I do have RJ the Fed Glencairns now. I did leave the Fed off there on purpose because I know some people might not want that on their Glencairn, and it doesn't necessarily have to be my brand. Most people just know me as RJ, so we do have RJ Glens. And then if you guys haven't already, if you have joined the Whacked Out Whiskey Club, if you haven't, you should. We actually have the Whacked Out Whiskey Club Glens as well. I am trying to do locals on these, but if you go to the Whacked Out Whiskey Club Discord, you can join. And then on the Google form you can submit, you can place an order. We do ask if you're going to buy the Silver Belly pick to hold off on Glens because we can ship the Glens with your Silver Belly. we'll be able to get the distribution going together for that. So first off, want to thank you guys all for tuning in. I also do want to show off the RJ Glen. Not sure how well those are going to turn up because I got writing on the back of them. And then I have the Whacked Out Whiskey Club Glen. So, and those pictures are posted in the Discord. You guys can absolutely ask for more pictures as well too. I got my sheet, and from what I understand, we have O, B, and OB. O's are 4 roses. B is the first mash bill. E is the other mash bill, and then we have the S. I can't remember what the S stands for. I'll have to double check on that one. And then the last letter is actually what changes and dictates the flavor profile. So on the B mash bill and the E mash bill, the ones that ends with V, that'll be 1 and 6 are delicate fruits. 2 and 7 are slight spice. 3 and 8 are rich fruit. 4 and 9 are floral. 5 and 10 are herbal. So that's the only note that I have written on this paper is just what I pulled directly from the website. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more going on these, so I'm really excited for that. Let's catch up with chat real quick, and then we'll get right into it. If you guys have any recommendations, put them in chat right now before I try any of these. I have not had a single drop of bourbon today, and we're getting ready to dive into single barrel cask drinks at 120 proof and greater. So if you think I should warm up the palate, I do have some water so I can do a rinse in between. Tell me what I should drink real quick to acclimate to whiskey mode. Is it good? Hey, what's going on? We got Tyler in the house. Punishment flight? No, I don't think this is a punishment flight. I purchased the 50 ml package of all 10 at the distillery. The 50 ml package that you got at the distillery, though, I believe are just the single barrels, and they're not at barrel strength. These are all at barrel strength. Not to mention, these aren't just barrel strength; these are tier sixes. They're all tier sixes. So, and then we got Steven Scone from Shelf Sippers in the house, Whiskey Sippers in the house too. OESO and OBSO for the win. OESO is what? OESO is rich fruit. I do like rich fruit, and OBSO. That's kind of where I think I'm going to fall in there. Maybe delicate fruit, one of the lighter ones. Got Mark Duffy in the house too. What's going on, guys? Yep, we got them all. I don't even have a four as a small batch right now to warm up that I'm aware of. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have any four roses to warm up with, so maybe we'll just dive right into it and go straight to some cash strength stuff. So just want to make sure, guys. Actually, we can change something for you guys to make it a little bit easier. I am going to mess with the light and the brightness. I meant to do that before we went live, but that's okay. Switching from that warm color to white light, and we're also going to bring up the brightness. So, boom. Maybe we'll bring down the brightness just a little bit because it looks like we get a little bit of a glare on those glens. There we go. That kind of mellowed out. Yep. So 10 1 ounce pours, all tier sixes, all high proof. 8 year, 3 month right here, I think is the lowest one. And then I think we got 11 year, like 6 months somewhere on the table. 10 year, 11 year, 2 month. 11 year, 2 month is the oldest. So we're going to dive right into this with, and I'm going in order, by the way, from the website. So if you go to the website and you click on the recipes, we're going with number one, which is OBSV. That is in the RJ Glen. OBSV is a 10 year, 3 month, 124.8 proof. This specific single barrel is EN 31 6Q. It's got a nice nose to it. Little sweet. Definitely got some fruity notes going on. A lot of oak too, though. Once again, I don't have any tasting notes other than that note that you'll see from the website. There's nothing written on here other than which one I'm doing, so I can kind of keep track of them. I have a pen here in case I do want to write notes. I do plan to rank which one I think is the best. I kind of want to do a whole ranking on all 10 recipes, but that might be tough to keep track of with only a 1 ounce pour. Warming up the palate. A lot of oak. Definitely got some fruit notes in it. Almost like apricot, stone fruit. Pretty good. 124.8 proof to open up the palate for the first pour of the day. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Got some heat to it for sure. It's almost a little herbal too, even though it's labeled as delicate fruit. Only had 4 rows of small batch, but I love that one. I like the 4 rows of small batch better than the small batch select. I'll tell you that. Tater Dom, what's going on? Yeah, the rest of their offerings are hard to get. I don't think I've ever had a tier six. I think I had the right to buy one time, but it was overpriced. It was like 130 before tax. So on that one, just off of first impressions, nose to taste to finish, if I had to recommend would I buy it, yes or no, my answer would probably be no on that one. It doesn't have much going on other than the oak and the proof, and it's not as enjoyable as I would prefer. So, got my little water cup on the side. Maybe we can do a blend at the end if there's any left. I might find one that I really like. Moving on to recipe number two. This is OBSK, 8 year, 3 month, 126.6 proof. This is QS 4-6A for the barrel. This one's supposed to have a slight spice. This is in the Whacked Out Whiskey Club, Glenn, if you guys can see that. Even Whiskey Sippers thinks he likes the small batch over the select as well. Hey, what's going on? A little old fashions in here. This one definitely has a better nose, but I'm kind of afraid of the word slight spice. I see the slight spice almost immediately. It's like a light peppery note. It's not bad. It complements the oaky wooden notes. I think Barrel Dave would like this one. It's got some oaky, peppery notes to it. It's pretty savory, kind of heavy, but light on the palate. Light on the palate, but heavy on the actual drink. And that's hard to show, but the legs on this, it's like it sits up here for a second and then it comes down slowly and it doesn't actually spread out. That's pretty cool. You felt like the small batch was too light. The small batch select gave you everything you wanted. Different strokes, guys. Yeah, very different then. Yep. OBSK, do I like it? Yes or no? I like it better than I like OBSV, but spice and peppery notes, not really my jam. And maybe we just acclimated to our proof point because we went from 124.8 to 126.6 for the second sip. But that was much smoother and easier to drink. I think if it's still going to be a no, it's at least better than the OBSV, at least for this single barrel expression. So I do like this one, number two, better. Top contender here coming up, though. The next one that I'm expecting to do really well, OBSO. We're not in a hurry. We're not rushing through these. I know it seems like we're moving pretty quick, but we got 10 different samples to get to. And depending on which ones we like initially, we're gonna have to circle back to those because I don't think we'll come back to these first two. But if we like this one, we'll definitely have to circle back and see where it's gonna rank for the top. It already has a much sweeter nose. It says rich fruit is one of the notes on the website, and I definitely agree. RJ's a leg guy with a Glen pick zoomed in and captioned, "Oh yeah." Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is this is good. This 10 year, 5 month, 125.4 proof. PS 49 6D OBSO and the Panda Glen. It does have some heat and some oakiness to it for sure, but the fruit notes are on the very front of the palate, back of the palate, more oak. Kind of dissipates the rich fruit note. Nick Jones, get the milkman in the house. Um, OBSO, would I buy it? Yes or no? We'll say yes. Um, I do like it. I I definitely like it better than the first two, but the thin mid to back palate that dissipates to the oakiness from the front end of the palate being fruit. Not too sure on that one. I'm really thinking about it right now. It's hard to put that into words. OBSO, yeah. Cheers, everyone. Got to run and set up. Cheers, Cask 529. Tater lids. We need some tater lids in the house. I think the OBSO is definitely the winner of these three so far. We're going to move to the floral ones. Floral, I'm okay with. The next one after this will be herbal. That's the one I'm going to be rough with. This is an OBSQ 11-year, 2-month, 125 proof RS23-6E for the single barrel. The nose is pretty good. Hey, we got Mike. I do get some floral notes, but I also get some sweet notes. Mm. Ugh, it reminds me too much of Frey Ranch. It's more smooth and refined than Frey Ranch, but that floral's too much for me. That's a no. I'm gonna go ahead and mark one as a no. I'm gonna leave two on the table. Three we'll put as a yes. Four we're gonna go with a no. That just reminds me too much of Frey Ranch. It has some sweet notes to it for sure, but whoa, that's rough. OBSO is definitely a favorite right now. We haven't got to the other mash bill just yet. We're getting there though. OBSQ's a no for me. It's too floral. I'm gonna leave two blank because we're kind of like in the middle on that one. It's not my thing, but I actually do enjoy that expression quite a bit. I am today years old when I realize they have a 650 single barrel combinations. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous because it's like we're looking at letters and numbers, but these are all tier sixes, so they're all six floor, but they come from different rick houses. But the mash bills and recipes, we got all 10 recipes in front of us at least. I'm just here for the Jack Daniels quill. For the one that I said no to, that was OBSQ. That is the Floral Essence. It just reminds me too much of Frey Ranch. I'm going to be honest. I see you're displaying your goody goody zero drinks on the shelf. Those allocated. The Powerade zeros are actually from Specs. We use them to build points with Specs, so that way we can try to get a Pappy call or a GTS call at the end of the year. One of us has a trash palette. It's me. I don't know about that, Mark. Michael from Beach Sand Bourbon in the house. That's the GG pick that just came out. Well, I got all these sent to me from Cask and Point, so possibly. We're gonna move to number 5, which is OBSF. This is a 10-year, 6-month, 127 proof VW 8-6R for the single barrel information. This one's labeled as herbal, which I kind of thought the floral one would have been more on the herbal side. I thought this one would have been kind of that Frey Ranch. So I'm curious to see the difference between floral and herbal because this kind of tasted like grass. Okay, so there's definitely a huge difference. Floral, yes, more like grass, dandelion, stuff like that. That kind of aspect. The herbal one is almost minty, like evergreen, like that kind of oak wood expression. A little bit different, more more evergreen like is the best thing I can use to describe it. I'm sure there's an actual term for it for tasting notes on what I'm tasting. I do like the herbal over the floral. Let's try one more time because I don't think it's going to make it on to the next round. Still a no for me, but I definitely like that one better than I do the OBSQ. No, thank God they have not sent a cease and desist yet. What else is in chat? Everybody just saying hi to everybody. Yeah, they've been merging. All right, so that was a pretty speedy run. We're at what 21 minutes in, and I've already gone through the top five, the first five, I should say, the first five mash bills. Now we're gonna move to that back row. So this first five that we just went through, that's the B mash bill. This back row, the last 6 through 10, are the E mash. So I'd expect some similar tasting notes, but because it's a different mash bill, it'll definitely be a way different experience for the expressions. Oh, excuse me. So we're going to move on to OESV. This is an 8 year, 10 month at 127.2 proof. Single barrel information's RN 33 6 in. Moving back to delicate fruit, by the way. Still a lot of oak coming through. Pretty light and easy on the palate. Definitely got some heat that creeps up, though. Says OESO is going to take this one. We'll see. We'll see. I actually like this OESV. For science, I'll have to try that one with a little bit of ice. I think some of the oils and the oakiness would bind to that ice, and as that ice chills it and dilutes it, I think that one would be a very good expression. I wouldn't mind having a bottle of that. I'm gonna put that one as a yes. I would buy that one, and I do think that that one ranks up there. I won't say how the top five are going to play out till we get through all 10 expressions, but I'm definitely going to put that one up there, at least in the top five, based on how many we've said no to already. Gotta go for a palate rinse on that one, though. Got that oaky remnant still going on that long finish on that palate. That's pretty cool, though. I like that. Number 7 for the recipe is going to be OESK. This is a 9 year, 4 month at 125.4 proof. This one is LW37 6R for the single barrel information. This one's supposed to be a slight spice, which we were on the fence about for the OBSK. I think this might help us decide if we like the slight spice to push this one up or knock the OBSK down based on the OESK on our impressions on this one. Overall, it's a lighter pour than the OBSK. OESK is a little bit more smoky, still very oaky, and a light, very, very, very light pepper, like table salt pepper, like table salt and pepper, table salt and pepper. That makes sense, guys. The pepper you have on your kitchen table typically. This is very light. It's not spicy. This one was more spicy. This one's definitely got a lot more going on, in my opinion, than the OBSK. Oh yeah, no, there's too many variables, way too many variables to control this. There's too many single barrel expressions. Even the tasting kits, I mean, they're all proof down. So it's like, do you really like them? Especially when you push them up to cask strength. And I could have a really good single barrel or some really bad single barrels of these. So who knows? But these are the 10 that are in front of me right now. So just off of what control I have is me tasting these and deciding whether I like them or not based off flavor profile. That's going to be on me. But just because I don't like one of these, don't immediately be like, oh, you got a trash palate. These are all single barrels. Like you said, too many variables to control. I might not like with this single barrel, but I could like another one that's the exact same recipe. That might not even be a tier six. It could be a tier one or three or four. Who knows? Um, OESK, I think I'm going to give it a check mark. And I think because of that, I'm also going to give OBSK, the spice ones, a check mark. Because I was kind of on the fence for the OBSK and didn't make a decision. Uh, the check mark being, would I buy it? I think I would. I think I would. And because it's already at barrel strength, I think it would be really intriguing to put in certain cocktails or even just a drink over ice as it kind of dissolves the ice. It'll proof down and the chilling will change the flavor profile. So these might be an experiment one. Whatever's left, I'll use some ice and try that out. I bet the room smells great though. The whole room just smells like whiskey because I have 10 Glens venting. I found that I'm liking the Four Rosa single barrels a lot lately. These are all single barrels at cash strength, and they're all tier sixes. They're all higher proofs too. This is a long awaited video. I was going to try to do this with somebody else being able to try these with me, even though they're only 1 ounce pours. We could have split them half ounce, but because I don't have someone with me, I can go back and drink this. I probably won't drink all 10 ounces, but I'll definitely get a feel for what I like and what I don't like, and I'm okay with that. Well, best $100 spent, I guess, is how I'm going to put it because these bottles go for typically over $100 unless I get them at Goody Goody, and even then, it's like if they're a few dime a dozen that you'll ever see them. Maybe you won't. Pretty hard to find, but this is the one that the contenders that people think are going to be one of the winners. This is the OESO. This is the rich fruit. This is a 9 year, 4 month, 121.4 proof. Single barrel information is SN39 6I. And if at any time you guys want to see all the labels on screen too, I can present those again and show you. So just let me know if you want to see the single barrel information as I'm going through these. You are correct, Torup. I did like those chicken skins. Those things were crazy good. Whew. Okay, so it has this heavy ethanol oak on the front, but it had this really sweet fruit note that came out mid palate that I really want to find again. 100 proof single barrels next year. Right now, all shelf for single barrels are OBSV. You're pretty sure? Normal single barrels a specific recipe. I think that's what Mark Duffy just said. I think if I didn't read between the lines, I know you're typing the message at the same time, so it's not like you just didn't miss it; it just came at the same time. But I think that's what he's saying is that they're going to do all recipes as 100 proof shelfers. I do like this one. I do like this one a lot. It's very deceitful from nose to front of palate, but the mid palate, the finish on this are really freaking good. No surprise, by the way, guys. I mean, you guys knew I was probably going to pick one of the fruitier ones, which would be one, three, six, or eight. Um, three and eight being the heavier fruit notes. This one's got like a banana. It's got like this vanilla note to it as well. Almost a cherry note, grape note too that kind of comes in. It's kind of like a mash of a bunch of different fruits that you would see, all with very vibrant, sweet tasting notes. The only thing that I have against this OESO, this specific single barrel, not OESO in general, but this specific single barrel, very heavy oak, and it's on the front of the palate, which from nose to front of palate, that front of palate is very important. And that's the only thing that's kind of given this one some kind of points off. But this is definitely a yes. I would buy this one for sure. This might be my absolute favorite one. Also, going through all this is really helping me decide what I'm going to like, what I'm not going to like. So I know which ones to hunt for. Yeah, these at 100 proof too, just proofed up from the baseline, having all recipes versus the single barrel cash strength. If the price is right, the 100 proofer might be the better buy. Otherwise, I might proof these down myself with ice. Hey, Barrel Dave's in the house. We were just talking about you earlier, Barrel Dave. I have all 10 recipes of Four Roses in front of me, and the number two recipe, OBSK, and the number seven recipe, OESK, are both labeled as slight spice. I think you would really like these. They have a pretty heavy oak note to them. This one being more heavy, the OBSK on this peppered note. Um, I'm thinking like beef jerky, like the big chunks of pepper. I'm thinking that kind of pepper versus the OESK is like your table salt and pepper, that lighter pepper note, a little bit more oak rather than pepper. But I think you would like both those recipes based off of what I've sent you before and what you've tasted. So if you're looking for them, my recommendation for you, if you like that spice, that more savory note, I think OBSK and OESK. I think OBSK would be your favorite. OESK would fall shortly behind that, based off these two single barrels I just tried. So I was thinking about you. Yeah, we just got the little one down before we went live. That's why we weren't fully set up. Nick Jones says he loves Barrel Dave. I have a tasting kit commercial hit. I am speaking at cash strength, yes. So I'm going to put them on screen for you since you just popped in. Let's do it this way. These are the exact labels as far as the actual single barrel information and all. So, more specifically, these are all tier sixes. They're all cash strength. They're all higher proofs too, of the tier sixes. Not the highest proofs, but some of the highest proofs. And they're trying to go for the older age statements, but the two that I'm talking about for you are actually two of the younger age statements. One being 8 year 3 month, the one I think you'll like the most, and then the 9 year 4 month. So that's the second column for you. But back to my tasting notes, we're on to the number 9 recipe, OESQ, which is labeled as floral. This is an 11-year 2 month. I think this is the oldest one on the table, and it is RS23-6E for the single barrel information. Oh, it's a big deal. It's a big deal, Torup. 95K for Bitcoin is a big deal, and it's going to keep going. I think it will keep going. I think we'll have some setbacks. I think we'll have some people cashing out with it at being at an all-time high, but I think people will power through and buy in. Well, I jacked that up. OBSQ, we already did that one. No one even said anything. No one even caught on to it. Yeah, that was our that was our freaking Frey Ranch one. Ugh. Scratch that. Got a proof down. Hang on. Ryan's in chat. What's going on? Sorry, we were supposed to be drinking OESQ, not OBSQ. OESQ, 9 year, 2 month, 124 proof, single barrel information FS 13 6L. We got distracted when Barrel Dave came in here, and even more distracted when Torp started talking Bitcoin. So, recipe 9, OESQ. Okay, this one has some sweeter undertones of like vanilla and caramel. This is much better than the OBSQ, but the OESQ being still floral is still pretty rough. It has some darker, sweeter notes into it, though. I do like that one much better than the other one, but it's still going to be a no for me. I don't think I would buy that one if I saw it on the shelf. Oh no, he's almost out of his master pick. We just bottle killed one the other day, and we had to fresh crack our other one to send out some more samples. We fresh cracked one to give a sample to a local actually of that master pick. Master pick 15, man, that's some good stuff. Yeah, Buffalo bourbon enthusiast in the house. What's going on? So, Beach Sand Bourbon, I actually won Marshall's giveaway from Straight Up Sips, and I have 4 samples. It's like the Limestone Farm sample pack. They never reached out to me, and I never reached out to them, but Marshall sent me a sample pack from them, so I'll be trying that. That'll probably be next. Probably not tonight. We already have enough on the table. The honey hole has dried up. That means the Master Pick 15 is no more. All the rest are at normal retail now, 100, 150. I mean, honestly, 100, 150, that's not bad. But when you were getting them for what? It was like $50 a bottle. Like that was a freaking steal. 100, 150 is still probably worth it, but it's a lot harder to get to. It is a sad day, but I would still pay 100 to 150 for a Master Pick. Last one, OESV, or sorry, OESF, 10-year, 1 month, 124.4 proof, single barrel information, RS79-6S. JL, what's going on? We are currently pounding down Four Roses, single barrel, tier 6, cash strength picks. And this is the last recipe, recipe 10, the herbal one, before we go back and pick which ones we want to try to rank. It's almost minty. The herbal, it's not like evergreen, not like super pine coney, but it's a little bit minty. I think it's gonna be a no for me on that number 10 OESF. I think that's gonna be a no. All right, I'm gonna do some rearranging. Bear with me while we get that set up. OESV. Let's move into the next round. OBSK is moving to the next round. OBSO is moving to the next round. OESK is moving to the next round. And OESO is moving to the next round. So let me get these lined up. So OBSK will be first. OBSO will be number 2 on deck. OESV will be number 3 on deck. OESK will be number 4 on deck. And OESO will be number 5 on deck. So that is not our final ranking, but that is where we're going to start. So just to kind of go over it with you guys, let me see if I can put this on screen for you. I wish we had a better way to do this, but I don't. If you're looking at these recipes, that top left one is number 1, that bottom right one is number 10. Number 1 is out, number 4 is out, number 5 is out. So we have 2 and 3 from that top lineup moving on to the next round, which is OBSK and OBSO. And then for the bottom 6 through 10, OESV, OESK, and OESO are the 6, 7, and 8 are going to move on to that final round in that order. So we're going to do 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. The back row or the row closest to you guys now, those I'm going to consider as out. I wouldn't buy them for myself personally. They are single barrel expressions, so maybe you guys have one that's one of those recipes that you do like and that is good. These single barrels, those expressions, those tasting notes that I got, those would not be for me. These first 5, there's going to be some discrepancies here too, I'm sure, but we will try to rank these 5 for sure. Mr. Lopez in the house. What's going on? Might as well blend the losers and let them sit a while. I can do that. Blend the losers. We're blending the losers. right. That's a freaking hefty Glen pour. And because we won the losers, we can move this flight board out of the way. Perfect. Good idea. So there's our losers. We're going to set that glass off to the side. I like that, Tora. Thank you for that recommendation. I don't need to buy any more Four Roses. I'm still trying to learn Four Roses. I didn't know what all these recipes and mash bills were, so I just wrote these down from the website, and I don't have really anything on them other than what the recipe is and then what they are on the website as far as 1 through 10. And then just a check mark or next if I like it or not. Now we're going to try to actually rank the ones that we liked. Ready for snow? You guys, the Michigan got snow on your way. All right, so OBSK was the first one that we actually said we did like. Uh, we weren't sure on this one at the first go around, but after trying number 7, which is OESK, the slight spice, we moved both of those on to the next round. I really think this one would be a Barrel Dave fan favorite. This is in the Whacked Out Whiskey Club Glen. Pretty excited about the Glens. You guys haven't already, you guys can check out the Whacked Out Whiskey Club Discord. Should have a link. If not, go to my Discord, ask for a link. We'll send one over. These are up for pre-sale. Yeah, I mean that's just good. There's nothing more to it. That's good. Uh, oakiness is well balanced. The peppery notes spice it up a little bit. The actual proof point of 126.6 proof. It drinks below its proof point. It's pretty good. I like that one. So let's write some of that information down. So um, light oak, nice spice, smooth, drinks below proof. That'll help us for ranking that one. So that was recipe number 2. There we go. Mr. Barrel Dave just put a link up if you guys haven't already, and you guys do want to join the Whacked Out Whiskey Club and have your chance of getting a Glencairn order. We also have RJ Glens too, so if you guys want an RJ Glen, that's still on the table as well. All right, OBSO. Try to do these a little bit more in depth since we like these and talk about why we do or do not like certain aspects of these. The OBSO is the 10-year, 5-month, 125.4 proofer. We got Tiller's Bourbon Challenge in the house. Okay, so OBSO is supposed to be the rich fruit. The fruit is good. I'm gonna put fruit real good because the fruit is oak, not so good. It's got just a lot of oak going on, a lot of oak. It's almost overpowering. It's almost more oak than fruit. Little spicy, a little bit, and we'll associate that with the proof. I think the proof and the oakiness. It's good. As far as like ranking, and this is going to be probably a super unpopular opinion. I think I'm going to put OBSO behind the OBSK now that I've actually had time for my palate to adapt. I actually really do like that OBSK. Yeah, I think I'm going to put OBSO, unpopular opinion, behind OBSK. These are single barrel expression, keep in mind. So not all these will be the same. Results may vary between person, obviously for taste, but also single barrels. But the spice, this one was really hot because it was our second pour from us even trying whiskey. This was our third pour, but we kind of evolved into drinking high proof. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Moving on to number 3, or I guess in this case, recipe 6, OESV. Can it move up the line? This is the delicate fruit one. Late to the show. Good to see. Hey, what's going on live from the patio? Um, just gonna recap. We had all 10 recipes sitting in front of us. We were able to try all 10 recipes. We did a single like elimination round. Basically, we eliminated five and moved five on. Recipe two and three, six, seven, and eight moved on. Two and three are the B mash bill. That's slight spice and rich fruit. Six, seven, and eight are all E mash bill. That's delicate fruit, slight spice, and rich fruit. The herbal and floral ones, four, five, nine, and 10, both mash bills were no go. And number one, the delicate fruit just didn't do it for me. OESV. This is delicate fruit. Just got a lot of oak. A lot of oak. A lot of oak. Sweet undertones. It's like the fruit is trying to complement the oak, but the oak is just too saturated in that one. The OASV is an 8 year, 10-month, 127.2 proof. Single barrel information's RN 33 6 in. Pretty good, but just a lot of oak. That's the only thing I could say negative about that one. Once I clear some space up, I'll need to dive into the Four Roses barrel strength. I'll be excited to hear your opinions on that as well, because for me, I thought, rich fruit, OBSO, and OESO would definitely come out on top. Now I'm having second guesses. We are moving on to recipe 7, OESK, 9 year, 4-month, 125.4 proof. This is the slight spice one. This is the one that decided that we wanted to move the other slight spice, the B mash bill, OBSK, into that lineup because we had them as like, we weren't sure. And it's kind of pushed us over the edge. Just smooth and easy to drink, light pepper. And we'll put hint of oak because out of all the ones that are super oaky, the pepper note is stronger than the oak, which is nice to hear that the tasting note that they provide on the website actually comes forward before the oak. Also, update guys, don't forget to share my channel too to help get me to 2,000 subscribers. I already have 10 EH Taylor small batches and I've got double boxes ready to go. So, just saying, I mean, you guys want to see some EH Taylor small batches be given away. I've got 10 of them and I ain't afraid to give them away. All right. Recipe 8, OESO rich fruit. Last but certainly not least, I think this one is favored to win. Solid fruit. I don't think the fruit is as good as the OBSO one, but this one's not as oaky. And I think for that reason, even though the fruit's kind of lacking, the oak isn't as prominent. I think that helps move it up. It's not thin by any means at 124 or sorry 121.4 proof, 121.4, but it's not light either. I want to try to get to a winner, but I only have 1 ounces of each, and these are round two on these bad boys. So as much as I want to get to a winner, it's going to be tough. Top three for sure. So the reason why you see these on my shelf, I buy 2 of these a day when I have to work, and I also buy like 2 energy drinks a day. And if I don't drink them, I set them up on my shelf because liquor stores are closed on Sunday, but we work on Sundays. So these are like our back stock from the liquor store. Every time we buy these, we get specs points. Specs points can help get us phone calls for allocated bottles. So essentially, this Powerade Zero could help get us a George T stag. Okay, so we got some notes now, all 5 of them on the table, and based off the notes, I can do some rearranging a little bit, not too much. Um, I think we will move the OBSK, the first spice one, over here. I think the OESK, the other spice one, we will actually move somewhere around here. The OBSK, sorry, where's that at? OBSK? No, I'm sorry. The OBSO. That's what I'm looking for. The OBSO. I think we're going to move somewhere around here just because the oak was really rough. The OESV, which was the delicate fruit, I think we're going to move around here. And the OESO, the last rich fruit one, I think we are going to move towards the front. And I think with this lineup now, we're going to no longer use the paper. And we're just going to drink and taste these in front of us until we can do an elimination of at least 2. And then from there, we can get an elimination of at least 2. These 2 are basically on the on the fence right now. They might fall off. Then from there, we'll try to get a ranking system of the top 3 to answer Mr. Barrel Dave's question. But we want to also rank the top 3 if we can. Baby's asleep. Good job. Still poison sugar and or fake sugar water. Basically, yep. Poison does taste good. Just recently moved to unsweetened seltzers. I've tried some seltzers, 50-50 on those. Unsweetened ones, I'm like 100% like not for it. I'd rather just have non-carbonated, just have flavored water like the Hint, I think, is the brand that does them. So currently, this is our lineup. I think we'll start from the back and work our way up and see if these can stomp out anything else. Oak and spice, but some sweet notes to it. Not bad, not bad, not bad at all. I think I'm going to rank that one below that. Polar black cherry right now. Yeah, probably some cancer in there too. This is tough. Wow. So we just did some organization, and the B recipes are both to the right. I think we're going to eliminate these. Bear with me as we grab some more water. Yeah, I think we're gonna do OBSK and OBSO as ruled out, which is crazy because the OBSO is supposed to be fruit. But that oak, man, the oakiness on this one just kills it. It literally kills it. Hate to see it. That was supposed to be one of the top contenders. $1 million in tequila stolen. Oh my goodness. Laredo police are now saying it was a fake story. Liquid Death Squeeze to Delt is what I'm sipping on alongside this Sagamore 9 year. It's an orange flavored seltzer. I have seen the Liquid Death, so not opposed to those either. I've heard good things about those. Squeezed to death. Do you have a solid mid tier bourbon list? I do actually, but even better, I mean, if you're in the Relo server and you're looking for something allocated and you want to try something allocated or you want to get a bottle of something allocated, I don't mind doing the homie hookups every once in a while. We do have some crazy offerings. One of the that's crazy offers I made. I got a Stag 24B the other day for under $80, and I offered it at my cost to Tyler. So I'm not doing that all the time. Obviously, it's a hard bottle to get. I waited several hours to get that, but that being said, it will be going to Tyler. I don't mind doing that every once in a while. Duck races, got the duck race shirt on. Each Taylor single barrel, $100. Weller 12, $100. We did limit those races, but maybe we don't. Just let someone bin a bottle if they want to be the first to bin it, or if they just want to jump in and have a chance. Tour up Friday, Friday. Maybe we do it live. I don't know. It depends on the time. Maybe we'll do a video. Green River Full Proof. Got single barrels. I got a 130.8 proof from WV Bourbon Guy. I got a second bottle for Tyler. Tyler got one from Mike as well. So definitely plan on drinking some Green River Full Proof sooner than later. I'm gonna turn the fan on. It's a little hot in here after drinking, 10 single barrel cash drinks. Yeah, the highest Green River Full Proof I've had, single barrel at least, coming from Mike now. So got to thank Mike for that. If you guys didn't see what we did on camera, we added water to all three of these for our top three. The idea is to proof these down to help really get the tasting notes out that we want. For science, we probably should have measured. But that being said, even these pours weren't equal. So I don't think it matters. We just need to proof them down from cash strength to where we can really tell, do we like it? Do we not? Why do we like it? Why do we not? Maybe proof that one down a little too much, but that's okay. Almost no oak comes through with that when it's proofed down. Still has a decent amount of fruit notes coming out. It's very thin right now because I added more water than I should have. I almost like 50-50 water with whiskey. So very, very proof down. So far, top three: OESO, OESK, and OESV. Both OBSK and OBSO, the B mash bill got eliminated, and we're just dealing with the E recipe. I think you did too. I'll have to dig out the sample and make sure we have that ready to go for camera. So thank you for reminding me. OESO is definitely a freaking top contender for good reason. My number one so far as well. Will definitely OESO right now is my number one. OESK. I think the OESK was one of the spice ones. Yeah. The OESK was one of the spice ones. This one like reminded me like table salt and pepper, not like the heavy pepper that the OBSK was. But this was really well balanced and it was really really good. Spice is still there. The oak on this one was better than BSK anyways. The ESK, the oak is still definitely here even on the proof down version. This is still pretty solid though. It's weird. I like the bourbon to be influenced by the wood, but I don't want to taste wood if that makes sense. I mean, OBSK, I was on the fence about that one, Nick, and OESK was the decider for me to even send the OBSK onto the final round in the first place. So if you want to go off of that alone, the OEE and OBSO, both the fruit ones, the heavy fruits, they moved on. Both the spice ones moved on. And then the last one was the delicate fruit one that moved on from the second mash bill, the OESV. Copilot says most popular are OBSV, OESO, OESK, and OESF. Did we have an OESF? We did. OESF was like super herbal. It kind of reminded me of like mint. Didn't care for that one. OBSV, OBSV. That's the delicate fruit one. Didn't do it for me. It didn't make it. Didn't make it past that. But that was also my first pour, so maybe that one was a rough one. OESO is definitely a big contender. It's sitting at number one. And OESK is the slight spice one. That one did make it. That's the one I think that you would like too. I cannot taste shrug. Beef factor in the house. What's going on? I'll have to go back and watch the VOD from the start. OBSV and OESK are your two favorites. Well, I have OESO, OESK, and OESV up front. So OESK is in the running. The SV did not make it though. Ugh. Sorry, the SV did make it. The SV, the OE SV made it, but not the OB SV. The B mash bill didn't make it for me. That's tough. So I'm gonna lock in my final answer, but you're not gonna like my final answer because it's literally like a 50-50. It's a coin split. So I truly do believe that for me personally, these are single barrel expressions. So all single barrels vary. They're all tier sixes. They're all at cash strength. Out of the 10 that I tried right here on the table right now, we'll put that up on screen so you can see all the 10 recipes. OESO is going to take first. Like that, hands down, that's the winner. I think that's the winner for sure. There's really no questions, ifs, ands, or buts. I like the heavy, rich fruit notes. I like the sweetness. The oak was better balanced than the OBSK. The OESO was a little bit sweeter and easier. That was a home run hitter. Here's the controversy, I guess. We have OESK and OESV. OESV being the delicate fruit and the OESK being the slight spice. I think you can flip a coin and I think you can let these swap back and forth. I really do. If you like spice and you like that peppery note, you like the oaky notes, OESK will take second. If you like more of the sweeter expression, a little bit less oak in your bourbon, I think OESV will take second for me. So, once again, regardless of second or third, because they're going to alternate back and forth, we are going to go with the second mash bill. We're going to go with mash bill E. And for 6, 7, and 8 are the numbers for you can to look at for the website. We have OESO, which is the rich fruit. This was a 9-year, 4-month, 121.4 proof. The single barrel information is SN39 6I. This is the bottom three, by the way, in case you're looking on screen. Second place or third place, OESK 9-year 4-month, 125.4 proof, LW 37-6R. And OESV, second or third as well, depending on if you like sweet or oak. 8-year 10-month, 127.2 R and 33-6 in. Yeah, I mean that's where we sit on that. We have our blended Glen. We'll add the OBSK and the OBSO to those as well, since these were both technically eliminated as well. Gonna have this crazy, crazy Glen. I think we'll step out of the room for a second to grab some ice, and I'll think we'll pour that up over ice. I think is what we're gonna do to get that all mixed up and drink it that way. But we'll drink the proof down versions for the top 3 winners real quick, just so we can talk about it. Let me double check with the chat to make sure we're caught up. You know, we're going to need you to do this again when the 10 new recipes drop. I'm not looking forward to it, but if I can get samples at a reasonable price, I paid $100 for 10 1-ounce samples. That was shipped price. I can't complain. I got to try some pretty good whiskey. They're all tier 6s at cash strength, but yeah, I agree. I do want to do these on a lower proof. Do they release variety like this every year? I think they do, actually. You think you have an OESQ? You were making your own barrel proof small batch. Basically, when I'm mixing them all together, that was a Torup's idea. Really wish these bottles were easier to get. Hopefully, the new shelf releases will be easy to grab. Yeah, these single barrel cash strengths, I've probably only seen 3 or 4 in my entire time hunting bourbon in the DFW Metroplex area. The single barrels that are not at cash strength, I do see a lot more often, but they're pretty tough to find. Rumple mints and have too much mint back in the day. Hang on, we're getting blown up on Discord. We're gonna close that though. We're gonna go back to full screen. Check Discord, make sure we're not missing anything. Oh, they're asking where I'm at. We'll have to make sure that. No, Dave's trying to get me to buy into a race. We're not buying into a race. Oh my goodness. Got Brad and Nick Jones, the milkman, in the voice chat in the Discord. All right. Um, let me go dump this, add ice. We'll do our blend over ice and let that dilute and kind of mix, and then we'll come back, drink the top 3. These top 3 have already been proofed down with water, about 50-50. I did that because we already knew that they were top 3, but we really wanted to get the exaggerated expressions toned down and make sure we're making the best decision based off the main tasting notes. I think the water actually took out almost all of the oakiness on most of these, including the spice one. And the spice one just had more of a peppery note, which is really freaking good. But we'll be right back. We are back. We have a cup full of ice. We got a crazy full Glen with the bottom 7 pours. Rocks glass full of refrigerator ice. Nothing special. Takes me longer to do the craft ice, anyways. Let that go ahead and do its thing. Move these Glens out of the way. Whew. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right. Catch back up to chat if we can. Let's see where we're at. Watch the loser mix win. Let's go. I've had 3 of so far. 2 were mealed in. Try that mix straight before ice. Ah, fuck. I already poured it up, Torip. I'm sorry. I'll try it before it dilutes, though. Not so good. The herbal ones are coming out. The floral ones are really coming out. Discord is the place to be. Never joined one. You definitely should. Barrel Dave just posted a link to one. You get into mine, I can get you in the Relo. I can get you in the Whacked Out Whiskey Club. Um, Relo, we won't talk about it too much, but we talk about, secondary prices and how hard it is to get bottles. Relo might be a good server for you. The Whacked Out Whiskey Club. Um, we wanted to branch this off. So we have the RG the Fed Discord. That's Barrel Dave just posted that link. That's my community server for the YouTube channel. The Relo, kind of the secondary trade group. And then we have the Whacked Out Whiskey Club. That'll be for single barrel picks. So first barrel pick coming up, Silver Belly. Alan Jackson purchased a distillery. Is celebrity endorsed. I get that. The single barrel will be at 115 proof, 5.5 year distillate. They have an NDA, so I can't show everything off. We'll show the backside. This is the only little bit I have left of a sample. I have Tyler coming over, I believe, on Friday. Dollar Bill Will, if he's available too. That's all I have left for them two to try it that are locals. That pick will be released later in December. But December 4th, we will be doing a Q&A in the Whacked Out Whiskey Club Discord. That'll be where the sales manager and one of the owners of the distillery, from my understanding, I can't remember exactly who it is. Riley knows all this information better than I do. I feel bad for not remembering it, but they're going to be there. We're going to fill up that Discord for that Q&A. You guys can ask as many questions as you want. As soon as that Q&A concludes, it should be about an hour. December 4th, 6:30 p.m. Central Time to 7:30 p.m. Central Time, I believe, is the time frame. After that Q&A ends, I have a video that we're going to post. It's going to go live on YouTube. That video will be the actual barrel picking team that went out and did that pick. There were 6 of them. It's going to talk about the 5 offerings they had, which ones they like, which ones they didn't like, which ones they ended up going with. And then it'll cut to me and Riley in my own house with me with the sample and my first impressions of not only that barrel, but the Alan Jackson barrel, because this is the sister barrel. So we're one barrel over basically in the Rick House, one number off. Got some news on that one too. The Alan Jackson pick should be landing in goody. If you do try Silver Belly, right now the current offerings you'll see are pretty much the 91 proofers. Those are like 2.5 year Green River distillate. They're reject barrels from Green River. They're not good. They know they're not good. They're trying to buy them off the shelf and replace them with the distillate on what it's supposed to be. You'll never see a review right now of the single barrel at 115 proof. I don't think, unless someone did a review from the Sealbach picks, because there's only 3 single barrels that I'm aware of. We're the first club, the private club, to do a pick. So pretty cool about that with them. So got that going on. Other than that, punishment blend it with the Powerade. Maybe. Relo is a gold mine if you can behave yourself. Yeah, yep, absolutely. Gambling is a problem for some of our guys, but that's okay. We're just going to pound down some of these pours real quick. I don't think we'll drink the entire Glen, but we might. This is the OESV. It's just good, man. It's good. There's no other way to describe that. We like that. I do like that a lot, actually. OESK. A little spicier, but still really good. Like I said, these flip flop. I don't think I could pick between these two, depending on the day, depending on what I feel like, depending on your palate. I think we could definitely pick a clear winner. If you like spice, if you like fruit, there's going to be a division for sure. But I try to appreciate everything and appreciate for what it is, even if it's not something I like. So although those other 7 didn't make it to this final table, well, they did, but in a rocks glass with ice all blended together. Maybe that's an insult to them. None of them were extremely bad. I just don't like herbal and the floral notes, so none of those were going to make it. So there was 4 basically that got eliminated just by default because of my tasting notes. Let's see. Tell cartel update. Local store posted Eagle Rare available on their Facebook and then denied everyone that came into the store. Said they were reserved for out of state friends. Oh, fuck. That's rough. I'm pretty excited for sure. Maybe have to give away a couple bottles at 1K subs. Michael, you have my phone number, man. You hit 1K subs and you want to do a giveaway, go ahead and text me, man. I'll donate a bottle to the I won't tell you what the bottle is, but we'll donate a bottle to the giveaway for sure. Um I'll hand deliver it. The bottle will be hand delivered to whoever wins. So just you tell me where and who wins it. Whenever we do that giveaway, I'll tell you what the bottle is right before you give it away. And whoever wins will probably be pretty damn happy. And that'll be 100% on me as a donation and support. You've supported me. I really appreciate you. And I would like to continue to support you as well. If you are looking for bottles, which I know you've reached out in the past for, I don't mind helping get those bottles in your hand. I know Michigan's a really, really freaking far drive for Texas, but for the sake of content, I'll deliver anything. Mark Duffy said he doesn't have a problem with gambling. I'll be dollar bill sub if he can't make it. Okay, yeah, no, I mean honestly, um, let me double check tomorrow. That tomorrow's Thursday. I'll double check with Tyler and make sure Friday's good and what time he's thinking. And then from there, I do plan on meeting some guys up north. I have Glen Cairns with me now, so if you catch me and if I'm in my truck, I've got Glen Cairns for sale. It's currently going to be, and this is for you guys to know, we have merchandise now. We have RJ Glen Cairns, and we also have Whacked Out Whiskey Club Glen Cairns. The way I'm running it, it's $15 for my Glen Cairn or 2 for 25. If you do the 2 for 25, you can do one RJ Glen, one Whacked Out. If you're doing just the Whacked Out, it's $12.50 each for each individual Glen for local pickup. So if I have to ship the Glens, you got to go on to the Whacked Out Whiskey Club Discord, fill out the Google form, and that'll be like a pre-sale order, and we'll be able to ship those out. If you're getting the Silver Belly pick and we have to ship, do not buy a Glen just yet, because we can make sure that Glen Cairn makes it in that box with that Silver Belly, so you get both at the same time. Big things are coming whenever that Silver Belly is ready to go and we ship it. We'll wait 5 business days from the time that we ship it. We might have to wait a couple more days because it'll be really close to Christmas. But I want to make sure a lot of people have that bottle in hand and our Glen Cairns in hand, whether it's mine or the Whacked Out Whiskey Club, which is technically our barrel picking group. It's still mine too, but my specific YouTube channel branding. We want to do a big Discord call with everybody that got a Glen Cairn in our pick. We want to do fresh crack and we want to just enjoy some pours. Doesn't have to be on video. It's not going to be like some of the YouTube shorts unless you guys want it to be. It'll just be fresh crack for fresh impression of the pick, what you guys like, what you don't like about it. And then that kind of helps us move forward. So really excited about that. Make sure we're double checking BT picks. Life from the Patio will also offer to give away a bottle on the 1K giveaway for Beach Sand Bourbon as well. So I will go ahead and give the disclaimer. Beach Sand Bourbon, Michael, the bottle value that I will give away will be at least $100 or greater in value. We're going to qualify that with secondary value, $100 or greater, because we're not sure exactly which bottle we're going to give away yet. But I've got a closet full of sealed bottles. I'll give away something nice. Someone will be very appreciative to receive that bottle, 100% free, just to show you some support. Let's fucking go, guys. Crazy ass 1K giveaway. I can't wait for 2K for myself. I'm going to give away 10 EH Taylor small batches and I already have all 10 of them ready to go. You've been communicating with a distillery about sample barrels for a pick. Extremely nervous about moving a barrel, though. I use shared pour. I have to eat whatever doesn't sell. Reach out to me, Buffalo Bourbon enthusiasts, especially on Discord. We can potentially collaborate. Matt from Whiskey Wisdom always said collaboration rather than competition. So do the right pick. It tastes right. I'll help you sell out. I don't want you to eat the cost. We don't want to eat the cost. I don't want you to eat the cost. So my community is your community is mine. Mi casa, su casa. The OESO is just really good. I'm really hoping that this diluting down for the big pour is going to be much better. We'll see. So many people are doing it well. We will help push it as well. Absolutely. Love this community. Yeah, no, I mean, I've got some crazy stuff coming up in the future. I still have Maker's Mark lineup. I've got 2023 and 2024 cellar aged, along with almost all the wood finishing series, including the heart release that I'm going to do a video on eventually. We get the limestone farms for sure. Also got a bunch of Found North 7, 9, 10, Helldiver. So we got some samples to do for that one for review. Working on a Weller Antique lineup. That'll be cool. 107, 107 store pick, 107 store pick non chill filtered, 107 squat bottle, and then 107 killers. Some people claim Bardstown Origin weeded might or Bardstown weeded might kill it. Might pick a couple other weeders to put on the table head to head against it, but 107 everybody likes 107 from what I've heard. So we'll do 107, 107 store pick, 107 store pick non-chill filtered, trying to get that 107 squat bottle. If B Factor's still in the house, that'll be my chance for a sample. It'll be for the sake of content. He doesn't currently have a bottle that's opened, but he does have some squats. So if he will, then yeah. Absolutely, Buffalo bourbon enthusiasts. We will help you sell out, sir, especially if you pick good stuff. Don't be afraid to ever turn down a barrel of whiskey. At the end of the day, they're selling you a barrel you're buying, so buyers have that power to walk away. Where's Raging Cajun? I hope the hand delivery went well. I can reach out to him. I haven't heard anything from him, but I would assume so. We hit 500 again. YouTube took 20 after the last time we hit 500 subs. We will do our giveaway the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. You know, it's funny you bring that up live from the patio. I actually hit 1,500 for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and we lost like 50 people overnight. And then the next morning, we lost like another 30. So we lost 80 subscribers from the time we did our giveaway. But then we immediately bounced back. So we've been hovering around that 1,500 ever since. We really haven't had any channel growth. Can't blame myself, though. We haven't had any content posted either. So we haven't gone up. But 10 each other small batches as a giveaway. I do another short and another video of that. I promise you we'll hit 2,000 off that. We just need one of those to go viral. Not really in a hurry. The guys that are here from day one, the guys that are supporting me long term, most of you guys who are currently in chat right now, you guys are the real ones. Like, if anyone wins a giveaway, it should be you guys, not anyone else that's just freshly joining. Not saying a fresh join can't win. We did have one that had won the giveaway from the last one, the Weller 107 giveaway. Now he hangs out in Discord with us from time to time. So pretty cool. Shout out to Juan E. So what the F did I miss? Fetch me late. OESO. Yep, OESO came out on top for the Four Roses pick. OESK and OESV were second and third. It was kind of like a toss up. I mean, they could be second or third, depending on if you like spice or fruit. OESO, clear winner for me, though. OBSO, they were all single barrels. They were all cash strength. They were all tier 6, but the single barrel that I got for the OBSO, too oaky. That's the only downside, too oaky. Anyone else think 1792 Sweet Wheat is absolutely disgusting? I don't think it's disgusting, but I do think the 12-year is superior. Where's a BBE pick? Yeah, where is the BBE pick, the Buffalo Bourbon Enthusiast, so we can make sure we can find your pick? That's a good question, Torup. Thank you for asking. I've rejected many barrels for the store. I won't. I don't want trash. No one does. I mean, honestly, my goal of doing single barrels and doing picks, especially for the Whacked Out Whiskey Club, is anything that I'm going to put my name on um, to help sell, I guess, marketing wise for my channel. You're going to be very, very concerned about maybe some of the picks that we might go with. Like, example, our first pick, an Alan Jackson celebrity endorsed pick. My response to that is, look at where I'm putting my money, and that's where my mouth is. I think that pick is great. I do like it. You'll see more about it. There's not a video out about it until after the Q&A on December 4th. I'm prepared to buy 6 bottles. I'm going to keep one, drink one. One I drink, I'm also going to sample out. So I'll have one for myself, one to basically drink and share, four more for a minimum total of 6 bottles. Four of those I'm going to give away. Two of them I'm going to give away live on YouTube, just like we're doing right now. And the other two, they're probably like random giveaways. And then we're also going to give away some Glencairns because fuck it, community. So if you don't think I like the pick, why would I buy 6 bottles of it and give 4 of them away? That doesn't make sense. Contemplating my next pour. I think I'll try sweet wheat next. Sweet wheat's okay, but I don't think it's disgusting, but I think the 12 superior. Chucky Alarms. All right, I'm in. Been revisiting it every so often for a change. Nothing but disappointment for the sweet wheat. Anthony Legate. I live in Alabama. Shipping alcohol is unfortunately illegal. Any tips on how I can get my hands on barrel pick bottles? Yes, Anthony. Please join the Discord and we can talk behind the scenes and I can explain to you how that's going to work and how we can get bottles in your hand. We have a couple guys that are in Alabama and it'll definitely happen. Matter of fact, we just got a text message. Send me my 2 Glens. Absolutely. Yep, we're gonna have Glencairns, guys. Glencairns are on the way. Glencairns are already in house. I've got my Glens that I just drink out of for these sitting on top of the 2 boxes for the Whacked Out Club. Mine are against the back wall. If you're local, I'll have Glens in my truck. We'll definitely make them happen. Hit 3,000 watch hours like 3 weeks ago, but haven't updated my data. It takes a couple days, but it shouldn't take 3 weeks. Liz says she's watching the live right now. Yeah, it shouldn't take 3 weeks to update. Live from the patio, same thing. I mean, they live stream all the time. All the time. They spend time on YouTube for sure. You'll wait till you get the samples and then you'll reach out. Okay, if you get samples and you're able to get enough and you're willing to pass the samples along after you've tried them on the ones that you pick, putting a sample in my hand or Riley Tesla's hand or 2 of my locals, Dollar Bill Will or Tyler M. One of those 4 guys, myself included in that 4, if we like it, I promise you, we'll push it locally and we'll make sure it sells out, man. 100%. Like if we like it, it will sell out because if it doesn't sell out, we're going to buy all the bottles because we like it. Like the hidden gems, the good whiskey, I think people forget it doesn't have to be allocated. It doesn't have to be rare or hard to find. Like the right single barrel from the right distillery with the right tasting notes and profile. Like if that's it, and it's a grand slam home run hitter, like we're taking all of those bottles. Like, I've offered to buy an entire barrel fronting my own money just to say like, hey, I like this so much. I don't even want anybody else to buy a bottle unless they really, really want one because I'm okay with drinking this for the rest of my life. I'll have just cases stacked up in my room here and I'll just drink them whenever I want to drink bourbon. That's my only go-to bottle now. We don't have open bottles. We don't have shelfers or allocated. We just have this pick. There are ways to hand deliver. Yeah, we hand deliver a lot. Well, one for me. So make it 7. Yeah. Tore up. I know you're not on Discord, man. We'll definitely talk about it. Glencairn's included. We got the RJ the Glens. We got the Whacked Out Whiskey Club Glens. We have the pick. I'll fill out the Google form for you if you want, or I can send you a link for the form as well. And then you don't have to be on Discord. We'll just communicate through text, and then I'll just forward your information to that form if you don't want to fill it out yourself. So however we want to do it. Olive oil, antique lava lamps. I mean, you name it. Yeah. Savage and Cook, Old Forester single barrel strength. Nice too. Giving them away on live streams. Hell yeah. Think you meant to put 1792 full proof store picks? 100%. We're gonna stop drinking the second and the third. We're gonna move to the other one. I thought we had more water, but we put this in our water glass. We have more water. Yay. If you couldn't tell, we are intoxicated and we've been running for an hour and a half, which is about where I think the stream's gonna get close to ending. So there we are. There we go. Mr. Mom, late to the party. I've been on the hotline tonight. Um, we tried all 10 recipes of Four Roses, but instead of trying the sample kit, we paid money. We paid $100 for 10 1 ounce pours. That's shipped and delivered to our house. Um, these are courtesy of Cask and Point, Daniel, another YouTuber. If you guys check out the description of this live stream, you can go click on his link and check out his channel and subscribe to him. He was nice enough to share all these pours with so many people. I just got 1 ounce samples. That's all I really need for the impressions. But he was doing 2 ounce samples in the fancy liquid ministry bottles with the custom labels, which we've already turned those off. So we're not going to try to go fish for those while we're on live. But to put it in perspective, we had top three. OESO was number one. That is the second mash bill, and that is the rich fruit tasting note. That is number 8 on their recipe list if you go to their website. And then the other two were also E mash bills. No B mash bills made it to the top 3. We have OESK and OESV. That's going to be delicate fruit and spice. Those go hand in hand, like literally a coin toss. If you like the spice, then you're going to like the spice. If you like the sweet, you'll take the delicate fruit. That's just how it's going to roll. So second and third is they can flop back and forth, no problem. As far as the fourth and fifth, we had OBSK, which was the slight spice, and OBSO, which was the rich fruit. They're all single barrels at cash strength. So the OBSO, unfortunately, the oak on that one, that single barrel was just too heavy. Could have just been that specific single barrel. I couldn't, in good faith, endorse that one for that specific tasting that I had. So that was a no for me, unfortunately. Double check in. If my name was Glencairn, I would be king. I got too many Glens, but not enough picks. You slacking on Only Drams. I don't update my Only Drams like at all. I started to, and if you guys have found me on Only Drams and you're like, that's definitely not his entire collection, there's a reason why. It tells you your MSRP and your secondary value of your collection, and I'm just afraid to see that number, so I just stopped. I had to stop because the money started hurting. I'm like, do I really spend too much money on bourbon? The answer is clearly yes, but I'm like, how bad? Like, I don't want to know. I'm gonna listen in and eat my dinner. Enjoy your dinner, Mr. Mom. Enjoy your dinner. Def X10. Sorry I'm late. You may now begin the stream. I won't reiterate it, but I'll say it one more time. OESO, number 1 out of the 10 recipes of Four Roses. That was my winner. That's the second mash bill, and that's the rich fruit for the tasting notes. OESO is number 8 on their website for their different patterns and their tasting notes. I didn't try a sample kit. I tried a sample pack of all 10 recipes, all tier 6s, all at cash strength from Mr. Daniel from Cask and Point. Check out his channel. In the description, you'll see a link to Cask and Point as a special thanks. Check him out. Subscribe to him. Young Daniel, the sample king. He is known as the sample king. That man has like 350 plus samples, maybe even more. I have like 200 samples, so I'm not much better, but we're going to start trying to drink through some samples. These were all 10 samples, so that helps a lot. Anthony said he joined the Discord. We'll get in touch, man. I'll get you, make sure you have access to all 3 Discords that I'm associated with where I endorse, and we'll get you the correct roles and get you involved in those communities. If you're not friendly to Discord, you'll slowly learn. We like to hang out in voice chat. You can turn your camera on or off, microphone on or off. We just hang out, we chat, talk about whatever, life, politics, whiskey, video games, whatever's going on. We talk about it. Dana reminds me of the old school that knocks on the door and says, "I'm here for the kid pig." Barrel Dave says, "Embrace the suck." You can hide the amount on Only Drams. Well, can you hide the MSRP too, or just the secondary? Because I'm scared of the MSRP as well. But seeing what it would be if you bought BTC at $1 versus now hurts more. That's true, Torup. I remember being in like middle school, and one of the guys was talking about Bitcoin and talking about one of his devices he had. It started with a Z. I can't remember what it is. It wasn't an iPod or anything like that, but I bet he at least got Bitcoin during that time. I think he actually did. Back before it was, actually worth more than anything more than $500, and we're talking like $95,000. We have finally got onto Coinbase, along with a couple other apps too, because not everything is traded on Coinbase, but a lot of cryptos are. We are going to be trying to get more involved in crypto. I don't think we'll have any spin-offs or stories or talk too much about it on uh, YouTube. But what I will talk about as far as finance and investment is you have to invest. You have to invest to have a future. If you ever have the hopes of retiring, 401k, 403b, whether you're federal or school teacher, or you just have, some kind of investment plan, um, get with a financial advisor too, because just because you're investing in your retirement plan, and in my case, I have the TSP, which is the thrift savings plan that's for federal and the military. 401ks, most people in 403bs, like government officials and teachers, you have to invest. And there's a certain fund that you'll have multiple fund options. One of them is going to be called, for my case, the TSP, a G fund. It's a money market account. What you put in, basically what you get out. There's really no swings up or down. That's not what you want. If you're young and you're investing, you want to be very aggressive, and you want to try to have the best rate of returns as possible, because no one wants to work for their entire life. People do want to retire. The earlier, the better. Compound interest. Enough finance talk. We're drinking whiskey, but I really do want you guys to be successful in life. So please, 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 if you don't have someone to go to, reach out to me via Discord. If you have my phone number, or email me, text me. We'll get you hooked up with somebody. You got to be putting money away now. I don't care if it's crypto, stock, mutual fund, whatever it is. You got to be contributing, and you got to be putting money in the right place so you can retire and not have to work every day for the rest of your life. Everyone wants to go fishing, drink beer, or good whiskey for the rest of their life and not have to worry about work or employment or money, bills. You hear me. RG the Fed coin coming soon. If we can make that happen, absolutely. Zune, yes, that was it. Amish Fury nailed it. Zune. It was called Zune. It actually was. That was freaking hilarious. Chucky Alarms just joined too. We got the Cask and Point YouTube link right there too. You spent over 4,000 the last 2 months. I spent over 6,500 on specs this year alone, year to date. That's just specs. We have Total Wine and other local liquor stores and goody goody. I don't know how much we spent yearly. I don't want to know. Please don't remind me. Beach Sand Bourbon. Let's make sure we're caught up on chat now. There's a switch next to the money. I turned that shit off because I told my wife they were all $20. Remember that guy that gave away like 10K in Bitcoin for a pizza bag? I do remember that, Ryan. I do actually. The guy, like, he wanted to like tip the guy, and he said, "Do you accept Bitcoin?" The guy did, and he actually gave him 10,000 in Bitcoin for a pizza. Like, that's how he paid for his pizza, was 10K Bitcoin. And it's like, now 10K Bitcoin times $95,000. Like, how fucking stupid of a tip would that be? 100% cash sucks. Yeah, you gotta have some kind of money invested. It doesn't have to be all crypto, but you gotta have money. Put your money to work for you and compound your money. Absolutely. BTC only. Everything else is gambling. I mean, historically, there's mutual funds out there that have performed at higher interest rates than most things would like to say. I mean, my dad, he's a financial advisor, so I'm not going to sit here and speak facts on something he can talk about. But I will say that the reason I'm in this house, in this room right now, is because my dad, because the investments I made through him as a financial advisor. So thank you, thank you, thank you. DefX definitely nailed it. Amish Fury said, "I'm old. Still never too late to invest. You just got to invest a lot more to catch up, but never too late. Never, 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 never." Some gamble well, 99% do not. What type? Ain't you ain't. I've been investing in duck races, hasn't paid off yet, but hopeful. Don't be hopeful, Ryan. Quit doing duck races. That's gambling with a 0% chance of winning. Do you get to write that shit off? Um, Whiskey? No. Actually, qualifying. If you guys are here, there's 23 people watching right now. Full disclosure, I have not wrote off a single cent or dollar because I don't have a business account set up yet. I do plan to set one up for this next coming year. I do want to get one in place. I'll be talking to my dad about that. Um, I wanted to make sure there was money that was involved in this first, other than money exiting. I wanted money coming in. We have made money from this, not more than we've spent, but we have made some money to offset some of the losses. I think there is a point of diminishing returns. I think there is a break even point. I think with the ability to buy for personal versus buy for channel, we could make this a break even or slight profit margin and use it in our favor for the channel for content. So LLC is definitely coming. Whenever that happens, like there'll be a lot more involvement with that. We'll have to be more consistent. Regulatory will obviously want to look in. I'm pretty excited though. I am very excited actually. Currently though, 100% negative. Everything we're in the hole. I mean, that's just the only way to put it. We're in the hole. But yeah, we'll have some abilities to write some stuff off. The problem is if we buy BTAC and we pay more than MSRP, it's hard to write that off because we'll never make a profit. And if you don't make a profit for I think it's 3 years, it becomes a hobby rather than a business, and then you can't write any of it off. So same boat we're in right now. I'd like to be able to write off some of it at least. So we'll see. We'll see. False. It was 10K Bitcoin for 2 pizzas, not a tip. Even better or worse. No, I'm not old enough to remember the Zune. The Zune was pretty out there. You should be old enough to remember the Zune. It was right like after the iPod. It was like I think Google's variant. My investment of $5 yielded a stag and $3.10 yielded a each other barrel proof. Let's fucking go. In case you guys didn't know, $3.10 yielded over 100 times profit, 310 on full secondary. Bourbon Hall is here. Bourbon Hall. We've already drank a lot. We're gonna go ahead and dump these Glens, and I'm gonna rinse one. We're not dirtying up another Glen. We've already dirtied up 10 Glens. Bear with me. Yeah. We'll use this Glen. Hang on. Bourbon Hall's here. The ice glass is like all the Four Roses recipes except for my number one pick. We're gonna clean this Glen because we're gonna pour up your project bottle, your project barrel for Eagle Rare. Or to use this knowledge to help you sell the Jack Daniels Barrel Proof Rye. All right. Bourbon Hall is in the house. He likes the new haircut. We finally got a haircut. Yes, that's true. Bourbon Hall, are you still in the house so you can hype this up like you're going to hype up the JD Barrel Proof Rye that I'm super excited about? Come on, Bourbon Hall, type in chat. Anything. Hashtag Eagle. Mark Duffy's already spamming Eagle. I mean, even if Bourbon Hall's not here, we're freaking pouring this up regardless. This is the batch one. This is Eagle Rare that was finished in honey barrels straight from Bourbon Hall. We cracked this open the other night. We're going to pour some of this up now. We had a lot of people that weren't able to get a bottle of this or taste this, but I'm telling you right now, this was a home run hitter. It was super easy to drink. Very smooth, very awesome. Tom Black's in the house now too, so one of the Bourbon Hall mods. Here we go. I shot my Fresh Crack Friday video tonight, and fifth pour just had some BT in his butterscotch note. Really never had that before. There we go. Yes, sir. I'm here, buddy. Freaking Eagle. This is an Eagle Rare Batch 1. This is a barrel project from Mr. Bourbon Hall Wade, honey finished. He gave me the disclaimer that, the honey was a little bit light. And he kind of talked me down from buying multiples after trying this. I kind of wish he wouldn't talk me down of buying multiples and would have just let me bought the extras anyways. But apparently, if you're part of his Patreon, so if you're not, you should join his Patreon. He offered 750s of this in an actual like Eagle Rare bottle. Like, so I have this logo, but like on the backside, like someone had a freaking Eagle Rare logo, and I got really like fucking upset because I'm like, I want an Eagle Rare bottle that has the sticker on it, and I want it to be from Wade and dipped in the wax. But here we go. This is one of my freaking absolute favorite pours for honey finished. From one of my favorite YouTubers, Wade from Bourbon Hall. Cheers, buddy. I don't care how much the honey costs. I don't care how much the project costs. Keep them coming. The Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye. Hit me up for direct message for the details for that. I'm excited. I would love to buy another bottle, even if it's just a 375, preferably in a Jack Daniel's bottle, just kind of like you have this little 375 of the same type of bottle that Eagle Rare would be in. That would be cool, but 750, maybe we'll buy a 750 of it. Cheers, buddy. It's so good. It's just so freaking good. Butterscotch note is there. It really is. It's buttery. It's savory. There's honey. There's Eagle Rare. And just like your old grandma candy, the butterscotch candy, like it's there. It's there. It's like actually there. Like this is honey flavored Eagle Rare. There's a butterscotch note that Tom Black and Beach Sand Bourbon's talking about. And like, oh my God, it's so good. It's so fucking good. Your honey Eagle is almost gone. Too many samples out, but nothing. Share what you're giving, man. Share what you're giving. Hell yeah. How's that WB Saffel? I don't think we can go back to this. I think this will be a drain pour. I'll pour up some WB Saffel too, just for Tore Up. For Tore Up. Disclaimers now. We're intoxicated. WB Saffel, 107 proof, wild turkey juice. Drinking on live the other night. I don't know if we'll do lives weekly, but Wednesdays are definitely the go-to day for us to do a live. It's our most availability. If I ever do a live on Friday nights, which I have open because I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Fridays will be collaboration live streams only with Matt from Whiskey Wisdom. So shout out to Matt. Little oaky, little funky, well below 107 proof, very nutty. Think Jim Beam or Lux Row for nuttiness. A lot of nut. We're drinking the nut. Don't quote us. It's good. I mean, it really is. It's turkey juice, but nutty. 107 proof turkey juice, but nutty. Time to take advantage of RJ. He's saying hydrate. Here's water. And JL, if you want some impressions of honey finish, we did do the honey finish project. I have a ton of honey finished bottles. So if you want to try something, I'm 100% on board. I'll get something in your hand so you can try it. Honey finished. Let me qualify this, including that Eagle Rare I just tried from Bourbon Hall Wade. Whiskey in general, honey finished. It's not going to be good unless the whiskey is good. You can't make bad whiskey good with honey finish. You have to take good whiskey and honey finish it, and it'll make good whiskey, better whiskey, or exceptional whiskey. When you talk about finishing, bad whiskey being finished will not make it great or good whiskey. It just won't. Good whiskey finished can be exceptional or great. So keep that in mind. Like nut oil, fried turkey. Honestly, kind of. It's kind of like if you were gonna deep fry a turkey and you use peanut oil. I mean, Torah, honestly, like that was very similar for the Saffel. Wish you bought more at 60K. Wish I was able to buy at 60K. Yep. Not a fan of honey finishes. Too sweet for me. Telling you right now, Mike, the right honey finish, you would like it. I have a lot. I do have a lot. I know you've tried quite a few too because you have Justin in your area, especially the short barrel. I have some that are definitely sweet, but not too sweet. But I had to try a lot before I liked them, and some of those projects were as cheap as $70, and some of them were like $200+ for the same freaking thing. So I get it. I really do. I'm gonna go with the Old Pepper Finest Kentucky Oak Rye tonight. I haven't dipped into that in a minute. I haven't tried the Old Pepper Finest Kentucky Oak Rye, so hope that's good. Old Pepper, need to try more of it for sure. On the palate, I get a hint of nut sack. Fried turkey is fire. I like fried turkey. Make sure your fried turkey's not frozen and defrosted, otherwise you're gonna have a freaking meltdown. We've been rolling for an hour and 53 minutes, guys. We're looking at doing this video or live stream in an hour and a half, which we got most of our stuff out we needed for the single barrel pick of the Cash Strength Four Roses pick. This is the Glen blend of all the bottom seven, and the top three had their own. Saffel came out, the Eagle Rare came out. I think that's enough pours for tonight, guys. This will be the last of the whiskey I drink tonight. I will not drink all of this, but I will drink some of this off camera. Uh, Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys want to be a part of it, please feel free to join the Discord. We get the RG the Fed Discord, we get the relocation server, and we have the Whacked Out Whiskey Club. RG the Fed server, that's my YouTube server. The relocation server, that's a secondary group. And then the last one is the Whacked Out Whiskey Club. That's the single barrel pick group. So if you guys want to be part of the barrel picking group, sure. Secondary server, absolutely. My server, absolutely. Any of the three, you join them, message me, say where you found me. If it's this live stream, perfect. I'll get you guys admitted. RJ the Fed signing out. I'll see you guys for the next one. I'm going to be heading over to the Discord and hanging out. We'll be on video chat, and we'll be drinking some more of this blend of the bottom seven for the Four Roses pick. And that'll be the last of the whiskey that we drink tonight. Everything else is just going to be video games, hanging out, talking, shooting the shit, talking crypto, talking stonks, diamond hands. Cheers, and I'll see you guys for the next one.